We're getting training for Peter Weiss. I'll leave a link in the description to see who he is and what he does. But needless to say, he can ride. Let's see if any of that can he can actually teach any of us.
So a bunch of this today is going to be trials inspired, because I do believe that the majority of everybody that I've ever been in touch with in these schools, they can't really go slow and they can't do stuff that's super basic. So we're going to take it from there, and if you guys move on fast, we move on fast. So I got my rear brake down. I'm going to pull in my front brake little by little, and keep in mind that it's a lot easier once you have your wheel twisted. I'm going to get up on the bike.
So you want the handlebars locked all the way?
Locked over, and you can dig a little hole with the front wheel as well. So once you start feeling more confident, you let go of the rear brake. The bike becomes a little bit more alive. So the bigger the hole, the easier, obviously. So don't dig all the way down the train. And not by then you let go of the front brake, and it becomes more alive again. Once you have feeling good about standing here, take off one hand, take off the other hand. So you get to this point, and we'll start playing with the rock. All right. Start with both brakes, then you start letting off the brake.
I dug halfway to China.
What the heck, man? What brake? Yeah, at first. I can't look at this. All right. Whenever you can, just take it.
Yeah, he's almost good at this shit.
You're there, old man Jarvis.
You got 3 of them? I can juggle.
Go as slow as you can. When you need to turn either left or right to get a little bit of balance in order not to put down your feet. So when you're turning left, try to think what you're doing on your right. Think about counterbalance in this one. So you turn right and you move more to the left. Always keep a finger on the clutch, one on the brake. Have good position with your elbows. Never let them come down here.
I'm gonna dig a hole.
Once you get in the middle of the rut, come to a full stop, and once you get going again, try not to stand stiff on the bike. Go down just a little bit, do a little squat. That'll create a little bit more pressure on the rear tire. It'll get you going more steady. You get more speed. Stop and go. Stop and go.
always end up here.
You're turning out here.
Okay.
I want to have you start turning here, so you exit just touching the cone.
Okay, so closer, front wheel closer.
To the cone. But when I say closer, I don't want you to come in from here and then turn, because you're going to end there. And you're going to make sure you do that one better. So once you get in here, you're already turning from here, and then you leave that way.
Okay. Circle that match. So you want to slide 90.
Slide 90 and then turn the last 90 like we've done all morning. Once you get in there, see if you can come to a full stop, get your balance and then get out.
Okay.
Yeah. Broke the wall. So I know a few of you guys can do wheelies, so we can keep working from where you are and make you better. And those of you that are still not wheeling, yeah, yes, you just need to find a hill that, not steep hill, just something, because once you're on a hill, the bike is already halfway there. You just need to lift it up a little bit more until you get to that sweet spot. Whereas if you start flat, there's a long way up to where it's just balancing itself. Eventually what you want to be able to do with this is come up to a log or a rock or a hill climb or something, whatever it is, and you need to compress and get a good acceleration to go over whatever obstacle it is. Bring it up and brake. You're not braking. You're just letting it fall down by itself.
Oh, so you want to actively...
I want to make sure you
Yeah, you get used to it. Yeah, all right.
Tire and brake. Shouldn't be so bad to go over, but it could be difficult for some of you just going over it straight, and those that it's not difficult for it to come in straight, come in really tight and do that really sharp corner just before. But while you're turning, that's when you do the compression as well and lift your front wheel over. Compress.
This is a little bit steeper here.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have the run up. Oh! Skid check!
Turn exercise. Don't ever come in too close to the obstacle. Make sure you have a little bit of room, but not so much room that your bike will be leaning over like this, because at the moment after the compression and you start accelerating and pulling, it's just going to slid out. All right, so you come in, you put your foot up on the lock, you do the compression, both brakes engaged, you just push down, but when you pull, you gotta lift it up high, and then you turn it. And when you turn it, so the reason why you need a little space is because you need a little bit of room to accelerate. So at the moment you have it already brought up, you give it one more blip, like when we did the double clutch on the rocks and stuff, like we just did yesterday. You get a little bit of room to accelerate, so once you hit the log, you have enough speed to get over it. Whereas if you come in too tight, the moment you're turning the bike, the rear tire is already grinding on the... You should have the obstacle where you put your foot right next to your foot peg. So you can press down naturally. Whereas if it's like this, it's not going to feel very good. I'm already really tense in my muscles. It hurts. I can start it right here.
I did the same thing. Good aim.